China's long-range systems are forcing America's aircraft carriers to operate farther from contested coastlines, challenging the reach that once defined naval power. In this video, we will examine how that distance advantage changed, what recent maritime operations revealed, and how the MQ-25 future aircraft and new defensive technologies could reshape carrier operations before the balance shifts even further worldwide today. An aircraft carrier's real power comes from the distance its aircraft can travel, operate, and return safely. China has spent years developing long-range systems intended to push American carriers farther from sensitive coastlines, where their aircraft may need additional fuel just to reach the required area. That creates a major change in naval planning because a carrier can remain physically intact, yet still lose part of its effectiveness if distance limits how often its aircraft can operate. The DF-21D is commonly associated with a range exceeding 1,500 kilometers, while the DF-26 is linked to a range of roughly 3,000 to 4,000 kilometers. Those figures matter because the F/A-18 Super Hornet has a much shorter practical operating radius, while the F-35C offers greater reach, but still cannot match the outer range of these land-based systems. The result is a difficult geometry problem. The farther the carrier stays from shore, the more fuel, refueling support, and mission planning its aircraft require. Still, range alone does not guarantee success against a moving carrier. A long-distance engagement requires a complete chain of sensors, communications, tracking data, and continuous updates. The carrier may be moving at more than 30 knots, changing position while satellites, aircraft, ships, and other sensors attempt to maintain an accurate picture. If that information becomes delayed, disrupted, or misleading, the entire process becomes less reliable. This is why the issue is more complex than simply comparing one missile number with one aircraft number. The real competition is between two connected systems. One side must find, identify, and follow a fast-moving carrier across a vast ocean. The other must reduce its visibility, interrupt incoming data, change routes, and preserve enough range to keep its aircraft useful. Recent maritime operations revealed that ship defenses can perform impressively, but they also exposed a limit. Every defensive system has a finite supply. In the Red Sea, American naval forces faced repeated drone and missile activity from late 2023 onward. Layered radar coverage, electronic systems, escort ships, aircraft, and interceptors worked together, and no American carrier or escort was lost. That outcome challenged the idea that large naval platforms are automatically easy to overwhelm. However, every successful interception uses equipment that must eventually be replaced. A destroyer carries a fixed number of interceptor missiles inside its vertical launch cells. Once those cells are depleted, the ship cannot reload everything immediately while remaining in position. It may need to leave the area and travel to a suitable port. The deeper issue is not whether a ship can stop one incoming object. The real question is how long the group can maintain protection during repeated, coordinated pressure. A relatively inexpensive drone may require a far more expensive interceptor. Protecting thousands of sailors and valuable ships can justify that exchange, but the economic imbalance still matters. It may instead try to consume defensive supplies, increase operating costs, and force the group to reposition. The Black Sea offered another lesson. Ukraine used remotely operated surface vessels and precision systems to exert significant pressure on Russia's fleet, despite lacking an equivalent conventional navy. This showed how lower-cost, expendable technology can restrict the movement of larger ships and reduce their operational freedom. Yet those events should not be treated as a direct copy of what would happen to an American carrier group. Several Russian vessels lacked the same combination of escort ships, airborne surveillance, electronic protection, and integrated defensive layers found around a U.S. carrier. Modern defenses can stop many threats, but endurance depends on ammunition, logistics, early warning, and coordination. It is about sustaining an entire protective network longer than the opposing network can maintain pressure. The lesson is clear. Protection is not measured by one successful response. It depends on how long ships, aircraft, sensors, and support systems can continue working together without exhausting their resources or losing awareness of what is happening around them. The MQ-25 Stingray is one of the clearest signs that carrier aviation is entering a new phase. Today, some F/A-18 Super Hornets must carry extra fuel and refueling equipment to support other aircraft. The MQ-25 is designed to take over much of that task and return those crewed aircraft to normal operations. The first representative MQ-25 completed its initial, while Navy and Boeing teams evaluated handling, engine performance, flight controls, and the unmanned carrier aviation mission control system. This was not yet a demonstration from an aircraft carrier, but it marked a step from prototype development toward an operational design. On May 19, 2026, the program received Milestone C approval, allowing low-rate initial production to begin. The first production lot includes 3 aircraft, with additional options planned later. By providing fuel farther from the ship, the MQ-25 could allow fighters to launch from a carrier positioned at a greater distance. It could also give aircraft more flexibility to change routes, remain active longer, or respond to unexpected developments. Yet the tanker will introduce new demands. It will require deck space, maintenance, secure communications, scheduling, and protection while operating beyond the carrier. The broader plan also includes the F/A-XX fighter, longer-range air-launched systems, improved electronic capabilities, and closer teamwork between crewed and uncrewed aircraft. Exact details about the F/A-XX remain limited, but its intended direction is clear: greater range, stronger connectivity, and better performance in heavily monitored environments. This transformation changes the carrier from a single dominant platform into the center of a wider network. Tankers, sensors, fighters, and uncrewed aircraft will operate across a larger area, sharing information and supporting one another. The challenge is ensuring that this network remains reliable when communications are disrupted. The carrier's future may depend less on how close the ship can approach and more on how far its connected aircraft can reach. That is what makes the MQ-25 so important. It is not simply another aircraft joining the deck. It represents a new operating model built around greater distance, shared missions, and more efficient use of every aircraft available. Aircraft carriers are not disappearing, but their operating model is changing quickly. China's long-range systems have made distance a central challenge, while recent maritime operations have shown both the strength and the limits of layered protection. The MQ-25 future aircraft, improved sensors, and expanded uncrewed operations are designed to restore flexibility without placing the carrier too close to heavily monitored areas. The decisive factor will not be one ship or one system. It will be the ability to connect information, sustain defenses, extend aircraft range, and adapt faster. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on space exploration and scientific discoveries, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Also, you can visit our website, SpaceEyeNews.com. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.